Rebound, Garnett to Zerbiak.
Oh, yeah. Silencing the crowd, baby. Silencing the crowd. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the second part of my Throwback Thursday video for today. The first part was in Streets of SimCity, and it's not very pleasant to look at, so I decided to just go right ahead and give you kind of a double dose today and jump into NBA Live 2000. Compared to some of the other games that I have talked about so far in my Throwback Thursday series, I actually did purchase NBA Live 2000 in a store. So one of the cool things about this is I do have the big original box that came with it. I do wish I could find a place somewhere here around my desk to put up a shelf, because I have a couple of these old boxes and it'd be kind of cool to display them, but I don't have room yet. As you can see here, it does take some finagling to get it to run on the modern systems. I did have to download NGlide and then also run some different patches or something like that. It's been a while since I worked on getting this to run, so I kind of forgot what I have done. Anyways, if we take a look in the game, you have rule sets down here that you can change. Charging, defensive fouls. You'll notice a difference between the NBA rule set at this time and the NBA rule set today. For example, there is no defensive 3 seconds in the key, just offensive. We can take a look at the options overall. Of course, I've turned the music volume all the way down. I could put in the description for you the list of songs that are within this game. It's pretty hip-hop. Hooray ho, hooray ho. That's a hint right there. We can click over here on the details. You can have your player IDs on or off, your bench details and everything else like that. And once again, this is kind of one of those funny old games to go back to because it's so old you can just put everything to super duper high and not worry about it. Whereas back in the day, you might have actually had to finagle some of these, putting them in low or less detail. Unfortunately, because of the way that we have to set it up, we only get a medium texture detail. NGlide does not work very well with the higher texture details, so they just go for stability rather than quality, I guess, of the video. There are some goofy things with the rosters. If I take a look at editing a player, there are several people. First of all, down here I can click, let's go to Minnesota because I know one of them there. William Avery, I must have already changed this because he is listed as like number 81 originally, and Wally Zerbiak originally is listed as number 80. So I must have already gone in and changed these settings. As I mentioned in my Madden video, I am a Minnesota boy. I do like my Minnesota sports teams. So for football, that's, of course, the Vikings. For basketball, it's the Timberwolves. For hockey, if I get around to figuring out how to install an NHL Live 2001, that is, of course, the Wild, and that is their inaugural season. And I guess in baseball, I'm a Twins fan, although it's baseball. It's kind of a snooze fest. What I want to do today, to be able to start this off, once again, I'm trying to, at this point in time in my gaming channel career here, I am trying to establish a bunch of different games that I could possibly throw into that miscellaneous Monday slot just whenever I feel like it. So, first of all, I'll show you all the game modes you can have here in this game. You have exhibition, season, playoff, franchise. You could do a 3-point shootout. You can practice. And yes, oh yes, baby, Michael Jordan is back. This was one of the big selling points of this game, is that finally, once again, Michael Jordan would be in a basketball game. So you could do some little Michael Jordan one-on-one, or you could jump into a multiplayer. For our purposes, we're going to go into franchise. I'm going to have it on the simulation style, which basically means I can't go around like NBA Jam just shoving players. I have to actually play by the rules. My skill set, though, I'm going to go with All-Star. I mean, Rookie is, of course, super easy. Starter is easy. Superstar, it's a grind. It's fun. It's challenging, but I don't think it'll be entertaining, simply for the fact that the AI gets on streaks. So you might find it hard as can be to score a basket, and even harder to stop them from scoring a basket. I'm going to go click on All-Star here. And just like in Madden, I'm going to go with some full games. We're going to make this a full-on early 2000s, turn of the century simulation style basketball game, if that's even possible. Once we click on that, we are given the screen where we can select our teams. Unfortunately, there is some goofiness going on with N-Glide, where the lettering, as you can see, gets all kinds of messed up. I don't know why that is. I don't know if I can even change it. But basically, I think I'm just kind of stuck with it. We select the Midwest. You can see here the Minnesota Timberwolves are right there. We have the regular schedule type, 82 games in the season. Let's go ahead and click on next. The playoff length, I do think, is different, isn't it? Is it different today? Is it 7? Because, there's Michael Jordan. Because in the earlier 2000s, it was 5 games, 7 games, 7 games, 7 games. So we got our quarter length. Different than in Madden, we could, if we wanted to, do shorter quarters because we are able to change the quarter length that the simulation games go through. However, for the sake of fun for me, I want to go ahead and do full-on games. It's just my kind of preference right here, I guess. It's my enjoyment is doing a full scheduled game because I always found it to be a little odd, whether playing Madden or NBA Live, to do a game that only takes 5 minutes to play. I thought it was a little bit boring. I used to always do 8-minute quarters because that's what our high school teams did back in the day. I think the high school league changed, and so now they do 20-minute halves, kind of like college. But I figure, you know what? Let's get the full feel of this game. Let's go ahead and do full-on games. First things first, before anything goes off, I am going to save this franchise. I'll just say, actually, I'll save it this way. There we go. I'll save it as YouTube. That way I know if I play anything else, what I'm doing there. We take a look once again. Our rules have stayed the same. We take a look at our options. Those have stayed the same. We can go over here and look at our roster. And we can click on reorder. Starting at center, we have Dean Garrett. Take a look at him real quick. 6'10", 250 pounds, out of Indiana. He's been 3 years pro. Power forward, we have Joe Smith. 6'10", 225, 4 years pro. And then, of course, later, the whole deal with him being signed under the table or whatever is going to basically screw the Timberwolves over for the long haul. Then, of course, one of the main reasons that I love the Timberwolves, this man, Kevin Garnett. This is, of course, the era when I was coming of age, being more aware of what's going on in the world. And just like the Vikings in 98 being so explosive and popular and fun to watch, I always loved watching, when I could, watching Timberwolves games because of this guy. 6'11". He doesn't want to be known as a 7-footer, but damn it, he's probably taller than that. 220 pounds. Oh, man. That's a skinny guy right there. Kevin Garnett, out of high school, 4 years pro. A lot of excitement there. And then, of course, we have the sharpshooter, Wally Szczerbiak, out of Miami, Ohio. This is his rookie season. And point guard, Terrell Brandon. 8 years pro, out of Oregon, 5'11". And then down here we got Malik Sealy, Sam Mitchell, William Avery, Rasho Nesterovich, Anthony Peeler, Tom Hammonds, Bobby Jackson, Anthony Patterson, or Andrew Patterson. Let's see here. Andre, I was wrong both ways. Andre Patterson, James Robinson, and then Reggie Jordan. And of course, every time you switch screens, you get a nice little beatboxing sound effect. It's a lot cooler if I got the music going in the background, but I don't want to get a content ID strike, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Of course, we can trade players. We can take a look at our manager's statement, which doesn't show us anything because of the way this is all messed up. So unfortunately, in the off season, if I ever get to one, I will probably have to somehow automate the trading and signing of players, which is kind of dicey because you never know what's going to happen to your team. I could click over here on the menu, and if we wanted to, we could look at the schedule, change the franchise settings, team rankings, look at the NBA at a glance, which should tell you injuries, transactions, streaks, awards, and monthly awards. We can also look at our matchup review and see just how well we've done against the whole league. Or let's say our first game here is against Sacramento, so we can take a look at all of our games and how we fare against Sacramento. The odd thing is, in this season, and I do remember this because I thought it was weird when it happened, is we have like this weird doubleheader with Sacramento right away, where first we go there and then they come here. And it's just odd, I think. If you want to, you can simulate the games, or of course, what we want to do is play them. If I hit play on a day we don't have a game, it asks, are you sure you want to sim up to this day? We click OK. And then over here, we use our Logitech Rumble Pad 2 controller. I can look at the configuration. Player lock is off, but you can even select exactly which position you want to be locked onto. Analog mode is going to be on. Do I have a user log? Let me load up my user log. Let's use that. I thought I had that on. Apparently not. Your movement is screen relative, so it does depend upon which camera you use. Shock control is user. The tricky part about this game, or at least one of the many tricky parts, is pivoting. You can do an easy crossover. You can do a fake pass or a jab step, actually. I think that's what that one is, a jab step. You can tell the person to do a direct shoot, which basically means that they will attempt a layup or a dunk, but you have to do this in combination with the shoot button. And I often find that to be just difficult to get the timing down. I'll show you in the game. It'll probably happen. It'll probably happen like 5 different times in the game. But pivoting is the biggest one, because if you hit it wrong, they will pivot like as if they were standing still. So it's really hard to do a spin move sometimes, but we'll get there. But everything's set the way we want it, so we can go ahead and hit start, and hopefully everything goes well for us. This game does have some issues where every now and then, if I'm in the menu, changing up my players or anything like that, there are times where it does just all of a sudden lock up and kick me out. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here, once again, we can change up our starting lineup, but I think we will be leaving it just the way it is.
Hi, sports fans. I'm Don Poyer alongside Reggie Theus, and welcome to Arco Arena for tonight's game between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Sacramento Kings. All right, Sacramento. Here are tonight's starters.
All right, they do the home team introductions. You see the nice player models coming out, slapping hands, getting ready. Look at those stretchy, weird arms.
Here we go with the start of the first quarter.
Then we get the jump ball going.
Zerbiak gets possession to Brandon.
Oh, one of the first things I do, well,
To
of
Garrett.
course,
To Brandon.
is
Throws
go
it
ahead and give it
to
to Zerbiak so he can
He
come
goes
in
up
and
with it.
score.
Got it.
If they're going to try to double team my point guard right away, I might as well get some easy buckets off of it.
Weber gets the pass to Anderson. Fires away. Drains the shot.
Oofta. I was going to say one of the first things I was going to do is come out here and show you just what we usually have to do. Unfortunately, every single game is take a look at your team strategy. And if you want any different offensive plays or defensive plays, you can select that here. You can leave it at an auto switch, which basically makes it so there's like a coach calling the plays. You can look at your defensive matchups, which allow you to change the pressure on individual players. You can double team them if you want to. There's a few people here that I want to change to. So those are just a couple things that you have to change at the beginning of the game, and then you go back in.
To Garnett. Shoots from outside. He misfired.
Now, quite honestly,
Weber pulls it down.
of course, it's NBA Live 2000.
Picks the pocket.
There are a lot of things about this game that are quite primitive. For example, that pick right there
Garnett grabs the
was
offensive
pretty
rebound.
easy. That
Counted,
missed
baby.
dunk was rather silly,
The Timberwolves
but at least I got the
Kings
rebound and
2.
was able to put it back in.
Lobs it to Divac. To Anderson. He looks at three. Swatted away by Zerbiak. Kings ball.
Blocks are pretty high in this game. It is pretty easy to time out a person's shot and to block it,
Williams with the shot. Boom.
except for there. But pretty much everybody jumps a mile high in this game. Oops. That's the difficulty with the pivot move that I was kind of trying to tell you about.
Divac picks up the defensive foul.
To number 21.
Sometimes if you hit the pivot move, he goes into like a... He goes into like a post move sort of setup. I don't know what kind of play we're running here, boys.
To Brandon.
Are we freelancing it? Okay.
He puts up the shot. No.
See, even there, did you see how quickly Williams came across to nearly block my shot?
Lets it fly.
At the very least, it's easy to interrupt people. Let's see if I can't get the jam
Smith
or the
makes
layup
the
or
lay-in.
something.
Take a look at this.
They do have some nice action replays. I remember back in the day taking tons of different screenshots anytime they'd be in an action replay that I thought looked cool.
Up with a shot. No. Rebound. Garnett to Zerbiak. Buries it.
Oh, yeah. Silencing the crowd, baby. Silencing the crowd.
The Timberwolves 8. The Kings 4.
I'm really glad I did that warm-up game.
Throws it to Divac. He lets
Oh,
it
gotta
fly.
stay on Divac.
Rebound.
He's a good
Garrett
shooter.
to Smith.
Kids these days do not know.
Stolen.
Do not know. They don't understand.
He unloads, and it goes in.
They don't get the
Williams
Vladdy.
with the assist. Stolen.
Therein lies one of the difficulties about this game.
To Divac.
Getting picked off, getting stripped is so easy.
Williamson.
At least for me to get stripped by the AI. Sometimes you just have to bump into their player and the ball is gone. That's like all it is.
Williams with the pass.
Okay.
Tied at 8.
8-8.
To Zerbiak. Divac is charged with a foul.
And now you'll get to see just how difficult it was to shoot a free throw in some of these older games.
Zerbiak going to the charity line for the first time
First we
tonight.
watch his animation. Oh, he gets ready. Oh, and I missed it. I mistimed it. Oh, I hate that so much. His is going nice and slow and it looks easy, but there's quite a delay. There's quite a delay on when it actually hits. And when you get to some other players that aren't as good at free throws, it goes a lot faster. There we go.
Zerbiak gets it.
Like if Dean Garrett gets fouled, no way. I'm in
Throws
trouble
it
then.
To Weber. To Williamson. He puts up the J. Nope. Rebound. Garnett throws it.
All right, a lot of times
Throws it
for some reason
to
in the beginning
Zerbiak.
of the game.
Unloads. No.
Oh, didn't get it.
Williamson to Williams.
They want to try and double team me if they're tied or down
Anderson
on the
shoots.
scoreboard.
He gets the bucket. Weber with the dish.
Once they're ahead, they give up on the double team. I don't get why they even do it to begin with, because it's like you're down by one shot, 2 points. And now we can actually try running a play here.
Garrett takes the shot.
It's going to get
Batted
blocked
away by
because it's
Muller.
way too easy to get blocked in this game. It was an ill-advised shot by me, but I just wanted to kind of show what it's exactly like. And I'm telling you,
Williams with the jumper. Sinks it.
it's like super easy for the AI to just go, oh, yep, okay, gonna block you. Ball screen 9. I wonder what this one looks like. Wow, nice ball screen.
Brandon looks for 3. Grabs it. Smith with the
There we
slam.
go. And there I did the direct shoot, where I have to hold basically what is R2 or right trigger. and then shoot at the same time. I find it to be kind of difficult to do that because there are more chances of you getting blocked versus if you just hit shoot and your player decides that's the shot you're going to take. And at the same time, it's not always guaranteed to kick off a dunk animation.
To Smith.
Let's go ahead and give it to Brandon here.
Garnett with the fake. No good. Garnett with the defensive foul.
What? What? Oh, these old games. I was in midair. He must have blocked it and got the rebound or something. How do they call that a defensive foul? That is too good. Too rich. Too rich for my blood. Gonna do something? I'm trying to figure out.
To Garnett. To Smith. Finger roll.
Oh my, let's see that one up close.
I don't know why you jump to a Joe Smith pump fake, but he did, so I'll take it.
The Timberwolves 13, the Kings 12.
You can see that very early on in my gaming life, my gaming career, sports and racing was my go-to kind of style of gaming. I wasn't all that great or interested in
Anderson grabs the rebound.
Mystery or sci-fi or action adventure. Typically because I wasn't very good at them. I didn't know what the heck was going on. I mean, sports are easy. If you know the sport, you can play the sport game. It's fairly simple. But trying to get used to older RPG kind of games, I wasn't ever really good at them, especially the isometric ones. Like, I like Fallout. I love the Fallout series, but I tell you what, I tried getting into Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, and it's just so hard to do. I have no idea what's going on.
Shot blocked by Weber. Williamson. Up with the shot. He misses it.
There we go. I tried to bait him into shooting that. They're getting back on D, so we're going to try to see what we can do. Get out of there, Zerbiak. I don't want you getting that three in the key.
Zerbiak with the jumper. No. Weber takes the rebound to Williams.
Oh, I hit double team by accident. That's what I keep doing.
He puts up the tray. Nope. Smith grabs the board.
Hard part about this game, probably the thing that gave me the most frustration as a young child,
to Garnett. He fakes
is the shot timing.
He pump fakes. Great jam.
There we go.
Game
Timing out the
tied
shots
at
is probably always the most difficult thing for me. Because as you can see, unless you're playing on rookie, if you're playing on rookie or starter, I think it was.
Garnett gets the loose ball. He goes up with the jump.
Oh my gosh.
Takes the offensive board. He takes the
If you're playing on rookie or the next level up, it's pretty easy to make a shot. I mean, you just have to release at some point close to the sweet spot, and you're good to go. Yeah, that's really what I want to see is Dean Garrett bringing up the ball.
Takes the jumper, takes the rebound. Boom, baby.
However,
17, the Kings 15.
if you want to really play at the competitive levels of Superstar, All-Star, and Superstar, timing the shots up and getting the rhythm gets to be a little bit more tricky.
To Zerbiak. He fakes. To Garrett. To Smith. Fakes it. He puts up the J. Rebound. Pollard. To Williams.
As you can see there, he had a nice shot after the pump fake, but I just
Weber
couldn't
with the
capitalize
jumper.
on it.
Blocked by Smith to Brandon.
And once again, for some reason, when you are ahead, even just by 2 points, they really
Long
like to
ball
try the double team
Garnett
on.
With the jumper, misses the tray. Garrett shoots. It's
There we
good.
go, Dean Garrett.
The Timberwolves 19, the Kings 15. To Anderson.
See if we can't get him to spin out of bounds here. Oh, he spins to a spot where we got him trapped.
Williams takes the jumper.
Oh, except he was in good position to get that. For today's game, I kept these substitutions on auto. Basically, I just want the game to play itself.
To Zerbiak, up fake.
Let's see, does Garnett pop out?
Sends it to Garnett. To Smith. To Garrett. To Brandon. He puts up the buzzer beater.
Nope, not
Pollard
quite.
takes the board.
I'm never sure just where I'm supposed to release that ball. Am I supposed to be sky high at the
Williams
top of the
pump fake. Blocked by Brandon.
at the top of this height,
Anderson with the jumper. Off
at the top of the jump,
Rebound. Smith.
or
Brandon.
what? Funny thing is, when you are a young kid, you kind of emulate
2 minutes to
different
go.
things. So, like, if you're just learning how to play basketball
Zerbiak
today,
puts up the J.
you might
Pound it,
emulate some
baby.
moves that you have seen in NBA 2K. When I was learning how to play basketball, I was playing this basketball game. And so for a while, my jump
To
shot
Pollard.
was basically me jumping up into the air as high as I could
To Weber.
and then shooting the ball in this really awkward
Jams it.
way. And
With a
my
great
teammates were all
pass.
like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Like, why does that look so weird? Like holding your arm off to the side at a really
Throws it.
weird angle.
Pollard is called for the defensive
Oh,
foul.
good.
Scott Pollard.
Almost like a perfect 90-degree angle.
Zerbiak goes
Taking
to
the shot.
charity stripe for 2.
3 for 7, 1 for 2 on the free throws. We got to do better here. That one. It's the up and down one that's the most difficult
Into the game.
for me. And if you don't quite connect, you can see there is still some forgivability. Some forgiveness. Even on the highest difficulty level, there is some leeway. Oh man, that one's not gonna go.
Zerbiak misses the second.
He's struggling from the line tonight.
Well, I'm struggling in this game in general, but yeah.
To Weber. He pulls the trigger. No. To Brandon.
Less than a minute left here.
To Zerbiak. To Garnett. Stolen.
Oh, it's way too easy to get lost and then to lose it.
To Weber. Goes up with it. Nope.
Oh, come on, that was weird.
7 rebounds.
Monster jam.
He stopped to block Mitchell, or to guard Mitchell. And I came through like, hey-o.
Attacking the hoop.
Classic KG right there, baby. Oh, yeah.
To Anderson. To Williams. To Anderson. To Williams. Pump fakes. He lets it fly.
I jumped too early to try to block that.
Clock is dead.
We're still up by 2, so they might try to double team me.
Throws
It's
it.
okay, because it looks like they're going to leave Garnett wide open.
Blocked by Funderburg.
Gosh, I Just trying to get used to
Throws it.
the...
Stojakovic. Up with the shot. Minnesota.
Yeah, get out of here,
with the goal
Peja.
again.
Sacramento.
As you can see, we're not doing too bad. We're getting kind of warmed up here, ready to go. But it's still not the easiest. Still not the best. We get a little bit of a look here at our stats for the first quarter. We're all tied up at 24 points apiece. Both teams have kind of a terrible field goal percentage. I can't quite see because of the overlay, but I think I got 5 attempts for three-pointers, and I'm 0 for 5. They have 3 attempts. We are leading them big time on rebounds, and each team is pretty close on turnovers. We are way behind on assists, though. Jump right back in. Everybody will be rejuvenated, maybe. All right, here we go. Tied up. As you can see, they're going to double team me still once again, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to Wally. And I held the button too long. Oh, my goodness. Just knock him on his ass. It's quite a nostalgia trip to go back to this old kind of a game, much like in Madden. I mean, to see all the different players once again, these old guys that you kind of miss, even if you don't know it. Oh, and then to give up the ball. Okay, won't be doing that again. Let's calm down. Call a play out. See, what are we doing here, folks? What are we doing? Ooh, fouled. Good call. Good call. I remember the first time I saw Sam Mitchell in a game. I was kind of like, what's that old dude doing in the game? Oh, I didn't get it. Looks like we got the late Malik Sealy coming into the game for Zerbiak. He's tragically killed by a drunk driver one night on the Minnesota roads. And there we go. The fresh legs gets us a score here. Always appreciative. Man, Barry, between Barry and Stojakovic, they can really light you up if you're not careful. Haha, there we go. Nice try, Weber. Stealing passes in this game is probably the most difficult thing, I think. It really just does not happen. Dunks like that happen more often than stealing a pass. Getting tipped like that happens more often than anything. Looks like we got some more substitutions coming into the game here. Ah, I didn't even have to do that. He automatically tipped that boy in. That's nice. All right, we got fresh legs in here now today. Oh. Oh. And we're still tied up, so they're still going to be coming after us. Like I said, when you're tied up for some reason, they like to come after that point guard right away. And I guess probably the biggest reason is that it's so easy to get the ball knocked out. Oh, see? All you got to do is just kind of get in traffic. There we go. There is something I do miss about these old games, and that is the fact that when you move around, when you press the button to jump, when you press the button to do a spin move, your guy does it pretty much automatically. There's no waiting around. Oh, I wanted to pass that. I did not realize my positioning there. There is no pressing the button, pressing this button, pressing that button, and then waiting for a combination of moves to happen. You pretty much just hit it and it happens. I've mentioned in other videos, one of the difficulties I have with a game like NBA 2K is it feels like there's a big time delay in the controls. It always felt to me like let me get this, see if I can't get this. Nope, I was out of bounds. It always felt to me in that game like as if you are doing the controls ahead of time. Like as if you have to do all your analog stick movements in a planned way, and then your character does the move. Whereas here, if I hit spin, he spins. If I hit crossover, he crosses over. There's no awkward delay in that. That over here. Looks like he's going to leave the lane open for Avery. I'll take it. We're all tied up 37 apiece. For some reason, they're switching it to half-court trap, which means that the next opportunity I get, I'm going to have to change the team strategy. And I think I'm going to wait until we get ourselves a timeout or a change of possession, foul, anything like that. Can protect the ball here. Come on. take the fadeaway with Sam Mitchell. I got to get up there and get blocking those. Either that or leave it up to the AI to guard him. There we go. I got a block on him there. I did not get a one there, though. And he did get a bucket on Nestorovic once again. Which is not Rasho's fault. It's my fault. Yeah, right. Tom Hammonds is going to shoot a three-pointer. Ha ha. You pushed me out of bounds. Ha ha. Let's go ahead and check out our strategy. I take a look at the team strategy. I do not want our defense to be doing any kind of traps. I hate that. It leaves people open. So I'm going to say let's go with a half-court press. And leave it at that. Looks like we've got a few more subs coming in. Garnett's coming back onto the floor for us. We are down by just a few points here yet.
Avery pump fakes. Garnett puts it
And
out.
Garnett floated behind the backboard.
Into the game for the Timberwolves, number 32, Joe Smith.
That's another one of those very difficult things to control, is when your character decides he's just going to float. Once I get used to it, though, I don't think it'll be that bad. I just have to get used to positioning.
Divac fakes the shot. Got it.
He's got 14 points.
I think I can do like a pump fake that brings me to a stop.
Throws it to Garrett. Takes the shot. Count it, baby.
There we go, Dean Garrett.
Sacramento.
As you can see, I'm not doing so hot tonight on my overall stats. I'm 19 of 47 or something there. Not a very good percentage of shooting, but it is the first game of the season.
No. Rebound. Smith to Seeley. Dish to Avery.
And other than a brief warm-up, it's the first game I've played in a long
Puts up
time.
the jumper. No good. Dumps it in. Williams with the shot. No good.
Here we go. Off to the races.
Garnett takes
Ha ha!
off.
Brrr, get the flex. Get the flex going, you scrawny little. I mean, seriously, 6'11", 220 pounds. AG was tiny at first. Reminds me of a buddy I had in high school who was like 6'6" and 160. I was like, are you kidding me?
Dishes it off to Williams.
Just a string bean.
Fires away. Shot
There's a bunch of
blocked by
blocks
Garnett.
going on there. Looked like their defense was about to rush the court, so I was going to stay back here. Come on, let's see what this play is supposed to be.
To Garnett.
I'm just kind of guessing on these plays. Hoping I get them right.
To Smith. He fakes the shot. Avery at the buzzer.
Didn't quite get that one. It's okay, we're only down by 2. We can have some good defense here if I can get around this guy.
To Williams. To Williamson. Takes the shot. No good. Garrett pulls it down. Throws it to Avery.
I know back in the day, I used to get so confused in this game and frustrated too then because of it.
Seeley.
Between Garrett and Garnett. Just because when you're looking to pass it to somebody,
no good,
and they're wide open, and their names are off by one letter, it's like, oh yeah, I'll throw it to him. Oh no, that was Garrett, not Garnett.
To Anderson with the layup.
And it looks like Seeley's gonna get pushed by Anderson. His head is going to go right through the basket. That's okay. We can go ahead and push this out. Down by 5. Really wish that wasn't true, but we are.
To Garnett.
You want the ball? I'll give you the ball.
To Avery. Takes the jumper.
Oh, come on.
Good.
In and out. In and out.
Lobs it to Anderson. Goaltending violation.
No.
Into the game for the Timberwolves, number 10, Wally Szczerbiak.
It's like Brandon and Szczerbiak are going to be coming back in.
Throws it to Garnett, to Garrett. Throws it. Garnett with the fake. He puts up the shot. Got it.
Garnett has made 14 points.
Yeah, you see there, I was about to go. I was going to go for the dunk or layup, and instead he goes for this awkward leaner. It looks like I'm going to be able to get in here with Joe Smith and get fouled. That'll give us an opportunity to take them out, I hope. Come on, we're down by 4.
Smith to the line.
These are some big free throws here going into the end of the first half. The vertical on the free throws is more forgiving if you miss high. If you miss low, you're going to bounce it off the front of the rim.
Smith sinks it.
But if I were to miss that one a little bit higher, there's more of an opportunity that it will just drop off the back of the rim and into the hoop.
Pump fakes. He missed. Weber with the J.
Stop letting him get his own rebound.
Garnett.
There we go. No awkward leaner that time. Straight in for the jam. How would you like that in a game? You're running down the court, fast break defense, and right in your face, the guy does a turnaround backwards jam.
Anderson pulls the trigger. Count it,
Ooh, good shot. Good shot. Going into the second half, I can tell you right now I'm going to have to mess around with the pressures, the defensive pressure schemes.
Szczerbiak puts up the shot. Oh, yes. Shot clock is dead.
And that is the beauty of Wally Szczerbiak in this game. When he is on, he can get somebody to jump, go around him. And if you got your timing right, you're going to get a bucket.
Smith is called for the
Oh, no. No. Oh, that's a momentum changer right there. That is a major momentum changer. to be able to
T-Bots goes to
get the
line.
foul and the
31.
bucket with 0.7 seconds left. That is just crazy. Kudos, Vladi. Kudos, Vladi. And he doesn't get the free throw, so we're at least sitting pretty there. Now, these commentators, they do some commentary when you get to screens like this. They do explain, at the end of the first half, Sacramento leads Minnesota 53-51 and stuff like that. I just want you to know, because I do have the music on specifically so that I can have it in the game itself, because otherwise there's something about the arenas and the basketball game itself that feels kind of empty without a little bit of that background music. Now, the last actual Timberwolves game I went to, I'll be honest, I couldn't believe how much music they were playing. I'm like, really? The ball is at like 3/4 court. Could you just shut that off? You know, they're right there about ready to play a game and the music is still going. I wish they wouldn't play quite as much. I know I'm an old geezer. So if I hit this check mark, he just said, let's take a look at the stats from the second quarter. But of course, I have it cut out because of the music. As you can see here, 12 of 27. I think we got a little bit better. A little bit. If I click back and forth between the first and the second quarter. We got better on our free throws. We have a lot more rebounds than they do. A lot more blocks. A lot more turnovers, though. We need to figure that out. We need to stop that. He just said, here are some of the key players in the first half. So as you can see, we got Garnett on our side, 16 points, 8 of 16 field goals, 0 of 2 on three-pointers, but he's got 12 rebounds already, so he's already in a double-double. 9 of them defensively, 2 blocks and 1 steal, and 1 assist. While Weber on the other side has 11 points, 7 rebounds, 1 block. If we take a look at our camera options for the first time in this game, there's press, reverse angles, and stuff like that. We can do press, wire, classic, sideline, follow, overhead, or behind. I keep it on the original press view. They didn't change because we're at this screen right here. If I were to be at a pause screen, it'd be a little bit different. We can go back down here and change up some of our strategy. For example, I am going to make Divac a high priority. The same thing with Anderson. And everybody else will be auto. And for team strategy, I'm going to keep it on the half-court press. I'll keep our box out and our crash boards on. And I'll keep our offense on the auto switch.
Let's get the second half underway.
As we're ready to go here in the second half, for some reason it starts us off controlling Dean Garrett.
Bounces it to Anderson. Steal.
And I get the steal on the double team.
To Garrett. Garnett with a huge jam.
There we go. That time I waited until I got nice and
We're
close
knotted at 53.
before I hit the shoot button, so I didn't get into an awkward
Pass
leaner.
to Anderson. Williams with the soft jumper.
The biggest trouble with those awkward leaners is that they throw you off guard.
Throws it
So,
to Garnett. He takes the shot.
like that right there.
Picks up the defensive foul.
Lucky for us, he got a defensive foul.
That's his first personal team foul, number 1.
Garnett goes to the line.
Shooting 2.
He's got 18 points, 9 of 18 after just the first half, and then the 1 bucket.
Makes it.
Like I said, if you miss the center high, it's a little more forgiving than if you miss it low.
Garnett misses the second. Goaltending.
2 points.
Like, even that one was a miss, even if the two little dots were touching. Lucky for us, Dean Garrett got the rebound and went for the putback right away, and it got the goaltending call.
Throws it.
Try to cause some pressure here.
Williams from the low post.
He's able to push his way past me.
To Brandon.
But now we're ahead in points, so they're going to go for double teaming all the time.
He misfires.
See if I can't do something sweet with Garrett here.
Zerbiak lets it fly.
Never mind, I saw Zerbiak come around wide open.
Scored 13 points.
To Williams.
There is momentum in this game, and I guess I've never really played around with how that affects everything. You know, turning it on and off, what each option really does,
In and out.
or what it really does for the gameplay. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want to lose the ball. Come on, Zerbiak, get out of that hole there.
To Zerbiak.
Come on, Garnett. Come on, KG. There we go. Oh.
Kings ball.
Despite the fact that it's nice that the game actually recognizes your button presses and does them right away, sometimes it goes off in awkward directions that you did not ask it to go.
Williams
So
puts
for
up
that
the J.
as
No
an
good.
example,
Garnett has grabbed 9 rebounds.
To Garnett. The fadeaway and gets it to
Kevin
fall.
Garnett.
Garnett has a team high with 21 points.
so the 9 rebounds was not Garnett, that was Garrett. Even the
Williamson
announcers
with the
get
turnaround.
messed up, which I think is funny as can be. Because as you can see, Garnett was way the hell down the court. So I don't know how they got that. At least I'm pretty sure it was Garrett that caught that rebound. Come on, Wally. Come on, Wally. Come back up. There you go. Garnett.
Garnett on
Garrett.
the right side. To Garrett.
Push on into Vladi.
Takes the shot. Makes the
There
shot.
we go.
Garrett.
Getting a nice hook there. Up by 6 points. See if we can't cause a turnover here and possibly get ourselves even
Dumps
higher
it
on the
in.
scoreboard.
Picks the pocket.
Oh, there we
To
go.
Smith.
I better slow it down, though.
Brandon will try 3.
Haha,
It's
got
good.
lucky there.
The Timberwolves 66, the Kings 57.
He went into that awkward leaner, and
To Anderson.
I panicked, so I passed it back to Brandon.
With the jumper.
Luckily
Can't
got the
find
shot
hole.
that I wanted,
To
apparently.
Smith.
Now, the real tricky thing is... Oh, shoot. I know, I keep saying things are tricky in this game, because they really are. I mean, if you go from playing the modern games, which are tough in their own right, I've explained that. But there's a lot of little tricks to these old games.
He's got 18 points.
One of them being that not just everybody can do a move.
Shot blocked by Williamson. No good. Rebound, Devos.
And what I mean by that is,
To Anderson.
not everybody can do a spin move
Pulls the trigger. Swatted away by Garnett.
Crossovers
Blocked by
even.
Zerbiak. To Smith.
or anything like that.
Finger roll.
Joe Smith.
Because in that one set of plays, I tried to
Williams with the ball.
do a crossover with Smith, but he just
To
didn't do it.
Weber. To Anderson.
So it's not like, you know, a newer game, if your guy's not good at crossovers,
13 points.
he's still going to do it. He just might lose the ball. In this game, it's like they don't even attempt it.
Strips the
Oh,
ball.
no. I gotta stop that. I've turned it over way too many times.
Up with the shot. Shot blocked by Smith to Garrett. To Brandon. To Brandon. Garrett in the post. He shoots. No. Weber takes the board. Quick pass to Williams. To Williamson. Takes the jumper. Swatted away by Garnett.
In a lot of the modern games, when you do the direct passing,
Throws it to Zerbiak. Banks it off the window.
look at Zerbiak going in for that layup. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's Wally World, baby. That's Wally World. When you do a lot of the direct passing or the direct switching in this game, you can get yourself confused from more modern games because the point guard is whatever the person you're controlling is.
To Garrett.
He's not square or X or whatever by default.
Zerbiak puts it up. Oh, my goodness.
Up by 11, people. Here we go. Game's about to be done in the third quarter. Watch, they'll come back on me, though. They always do. Come on. Don't be double teaming. Stay on your guy.
Williams from the low post. Rebound. Garrett to Zerbiak. Throws it.
There we go, Joe Smith.
It's good.
He's got 14 points.
I tried to do the direct shoot. It didn't work. So I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to try to do with that. It's supposed to be that you hit it to force him to do a layup or a...
Goes for the deep one.
Nice shot. You're supposed to hit it to force him to do a layup or a dunk.
To Smith.
Oh, dang it.
Passes off to Garnett. Gives it off to Smith. He fakes the shot to Zerbiak. To Brandon. To Garnett. Throws it. Weber is whistled for the defensive foul.
Chris Weber. That's his first personal team foul.
I lost my train of thought and all that because I was too worried about the shot clock.
To Zerbiak. Finger roll.
If they're going to continue to double team Brandon at the point, I'm going to continue to give it to Wally for the easy buckets.
Williams pump fakes. He tries the three.
Jeepers. Right in his face for at least two of those shots.
Zerbiak from the top of the circle. Drains it.
Wally's on a hot streak. Got to keep it going. Like I said, I don't know what the momentum does.
Anderson. To Williams.
I can change it in the
He
options.
pulls the trigger.
I don't know if I can change it once I'm in the game. But I know I can change it at the main menu. I just am never sure how it actually affects
Lobs it to Zerbiak.
the
for
gameplay.
three. No good. Garnett takes the offensive rebound. Williamson is called for the defensive
Yes.
foul.
Nice.
Garnett with a one-handed
Nicely
slam.
done.
That's his second personal team foul, number 3.
He goes to the line shooting
For the
one.
Timberwolves, Kevin Garnett.
Oh, make it worth it. Come on.
Garnett misses.
He's struggling from the line.
Batted away by Divas. To Garnett. To Garrett.
That is not who I wanted to throw it to,
Smith.
but that's what happens sometimes.
To Garrett with a fake. Smith pump fakes. Puts it off the window.
Joe Smith.
The pump fake is the most crucial aspect of this game. At least of my game in this game.
To Divac. The fadeaway.
The pump fake
off the mark.
causes the
Williamson
most
picks up the loose ball.
confusion
Dances
amongst the
Younger.
AI,
Shot blocked by
allows
Garnett
for the
to
most
Divac.
wide open
He puts it
shots.
up. Nope. Garrett
really-
gets the board.
When they bite on it, makes the game a lot
Brandon.
easier. Now, what I was saying before, if I go back to it here, the point guard is always whatever the person who's holding the ball is. So if I wanted to just throw it back to Brandon, I'd have to hit square.
To Garnett. Fires
Not
away.
pass.
No. Batted away by Divac.
Ooh.
To Williams.
For some reason, the point guard is any button that you are. I don't know if they didn't think
Takes the shot. No good.
they had enough keys or buttons to press to be able to pass it all around. I'm not sure. But they're not just straight up X like they might be in another NBA title.
Smith receives the ball. He fakes. He's
Oh, I
been
went for the
robbed.
jump
To
shot.
Williams.
Come on. Post moves are not easy in this game at all. It's hard to get the
To
timing
Weber.
down. And it's even more difficult to tell if you're going to
To
make that
Anderson.
hook shot
Goes
than
up
if you're
with
going to
it.
make a
Got it.
three-pointer.
Weber with the feed.
Anderson. For three.
They score that bucket, but they're still down by 10, so we still got them on the run here.
Williams with a defensive foul.
To number
Thanks for
41,
giving me that.
Jason Williams. Man. That's his second personal team foul.
Probably going to
Number
get me... No? I guess I thought there... Yep, there we go.
For Minnesota, number 8, Radoslav Nestorovic.
I thought there would be some subs there.
To Seeley. Banks it off the window.
There you go. Get Malik Sealy some points. If you're going to double team the point guard, I am going to pass it to the wide open guy. I don't know why my direct pass is not quite working sometimes. It feels like my
Pass
direct
to
switch.
Williamson. Off the mark. Rebound. Garnett to Brandon. To Garnett. He pulls the trigger. No good.
There you go, Joe Smith. That was one of those interesting plays where the AI got the ball and automatically did the shot, which is kind of nice that I don't have to do everything, even if I'm not exactly in a player lock situation.
Anderson on the left side.
Uh-oh.
Seeley is whistled
Dang
for the
it.
defensive foul.
Malik Sealy.
I thought I had a good jump on where he was going to shoot that, but I did not.
Anderson to the charity line.
Anderson to the charity line.
Into the game for the Timberwolves, number 42, Sam Mitchell.
Looks like we're starting to bring in some of our reserves for the fourth quarter.
Anderson makes the second. Shot clock is dead.
If I had to guess what's going to happen, it's that in the fourth quarter we'll start putting in... Come on. Let's get Garnett up here.
Garnett with the fake.
No?
Dumps it into Nestorovic. Batted away.
Gosh, it is way too easy for them to block it, even though Vladi has done a bunch of turnarounds on me. So that time the announcer said, at the end of the third quarter, Minnesota leads Sacramento 86-73. I just want you to know that because it is a neat feature that, I don't know, even for the time that they have a lot more commentary than what you might expect. So here's our stats from the third quarter. We got 35 points in that quarter, which is better than the other two so far. 16 of 27 shooting. We had a high percentage there. 3-pointers, we were actually pretty good. We messed up on our free throws, so we got to watch out for that. And the turnovers, once again. Now, this is something that once a few games go in the season, I always have high turnovers. And it's simply because of the fact that they double team the hell out of the point guard, and all you have to do to lose the ball is basically get touched by the defensive player.
Here we go with the start of the fourth quarter.
We're going to start the fourth quarter here. 86-73 is what we're sitting at. Looks like we're going to give Malik Sealy some more points here, huh, boys?
Throws it. Sealy with a huge jam.
I'll take the high percentage shot if you're going to give it away. You could almost call that an exploit, but I would be slightly hesitant to do so.
Nestorovic goes up, takes the board.
Garnett has grabbed 50.
Oh, I released that way too early. Way too early. I would be hesitant to call it that just because if they just so much as trap you a little bit, you can lose the ball. So it's like, you know what? I'm not taking advantage of anything. I'm not doing the NBA, what is that one the Family Guy makes fun of? Can't remember the name of that game that they were doing that with.
Garnett with the jumper. He misses it. Rebound, Anderson. To Thunderbird. Pass.
I mean, they did it in the episode. He did a Tecmo Bowl one, and he did a basketball one. What's the basketball game called? It's like right on the tip of my tongue here.
He puts up the jumper. Got it. The Kings are down by 11. Dish to Sealy. Shot blocked by Thunderbird.
Ooh, that time it got blocked, got beat up, got pushed around, and got a ball out of bounds. And we're back here again.
Dumps it in. Anderson puts it up. Rims out. Rebound, Nestorovic. Mitchell off the board.
Was able to get just in front of Weber there for the bucket.
Throws it to Anderson.
If I had been playing this on the highest difficulty level, on that super duper superstar mode,
To Weber.
I would probably be the one that's down
Williams
by
puts it up. Got it.
Williams has it.
11, 12, 15 points. That mode is so difficult because the AI basically makes the buckets all the time, every single time they try. And you can't do jack squat against them. Come on. Let this play out.
To Nestorovic. He puts up the buzzer beater.
24-second violation. Minnesota.
It is way too easy for them to block the shot. It just bothers the heck out of me.
0-0. Tony Delk.
I thought I had him pushed, but I guess I didn't quite have him pushed back far enough. There, I almost got a steal. Come on, Tony Delk, Mr. 00. See what you got, bud. Nope, you don't got it. Barry, though.
You betcha.
It would have helped if I jumped a little bit. Okay, they're only down by 9. I need to STFU and really play this game.
No, with the rebound. Boards it, picks the pocket. He's been robbed.
Let's pull it out here. Let's pull it out here. Come on. You pop back up.
To Seeley. He'll shoot. He hits it.
Ooh. So you can see there at the bottom, we're outscoring them on the bench 19-10, which is pretty damn nice. It's always a helpful thing, obviously, in basketball when your bench can produce some points. Probably when I was younger, the most difficult thing about this game in that regard is just that I would get a nice 10-point lead or something, and then the bench players would come in, and I just could not score with them at all. Like, I've had the hardest time getting points with Malik Seeley.
Handles the pass. The fake. Puts up the shot. Oh, yes.
Sam Mitchell usually was my go-to on the bench because of shots like that. He can actually put them up.
Weber puts up the J. Brings it down. Minnesota is whistled for the goaltend.
But a lot of times it would put Malik Seeley in there first.
Into the game for Minnesota, number 5, William Avery.
It's like Avery and Zerbiak are going to come back into the game. I'm going to hold off here for 1 second and go like this to our defensive matchups. And I'm going to make Stojakovic a high priority. Oh, how do I do this now? There we go. Got it switched up. So now Garnett will be covering Stojakovic. Hopefully that will dissuade them from going for any easy buckets like this. Yeah.
Tony Delk. That's his first personal team foul, number 1.
He goes to the line, shooting 1.
Kevin Garnett.
There we go. We got the free throw.
Garnett has 26 points.
We're not doing so hot on those, though. Did you see that? 58%. It's not that great. With a team like this, we should be able to pick that up a little bit higher.
Pollard pump fakes. Batted away by Garnett. To Stojakovic.
That was close. Oh, no.
Misses the tray. Rebound, Nestorovic. Garnett
There
with
we
a
go, the fast
huge
break.
jam.
Oh, stop celebrating. Stop celebrating. Get back on defense.
Stojakovic goes up. He gets the bucket. Buried with a great dig.
Looks like Seeley's coming in for Garnett. So he'll be covering Stojakovic now. We are up 99-87 with 6:56 left in the fourth quarter. I think we should be able to hold this out.
To Seeley. He puts up the jumper. No good.
Except that I do have trouble once again with jump shots. As a whole, I have trouble with jump shots, and then with someone like Malik Seeley, who's, I don't think his field goal rating is very high. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not high. Like, a lot of times in this game, if their field goal rating isn't like 95%, you're not going to hit it.
Seeley puts it out. Off the backboard. Rebound, Stojakovic. To Funderburk. Buried with the jumper. Takes the board. Lobs it to Pollard. He shoots. Rims it. Rebound. Nestorovic.
Like, oh my gosh, get the rebound here, folks. Get the rebound.
He fakes. Pass.
I don't want
to
Sam
Zerbiak.
Mitchell to have the ball here.
He pump fakes. Shot blocked by
Oh,
Pollard.
it looks like I took a little bit too long trying to go for that dribble drive. I should have just stopped and popped
To
somewhere in there.
He puts up the J. No good.
Let's play it low and slow here. We're going to try to run some clock. We'll take our chances, take our opportunities, but we'll do it slowly here. I think I can give it to... Oops.
Zerbiak with the fake. He takes the shot. Off target. Swatted away by Pollard to Avery. Mitchell takes the jumper.
Ooh,
No,
bad shot
Motherboard
selection
boards
there.
it. Stojakovic with the shot. He makes the shot.
They get that awkward lean every time. I swear, I've rarely seen the AI miss that one. But I miss it all the time because it throws me off so bad. So terribly bad. Come on, pop back up somewhere here.
To Zerbiak. It's stolen.
No!
To Delp.
I was sitting there looking over in the corner for Sealy to pop out like he's supposed to.
Stojakovic puts
And then
up
I wasn't
the
paying
shot.
attention to
Rebound,
where
Avery.
Zerbiak was holding the ball.
To Zerbiak. Throws it to Avery.
All right, 4:20 left. Ooh, looks like we're going to get Wally some points here.
Zerbiak
There we
hammers
go.
it
A
down.
nice dunk by the Wally World.
Check it out.
Check it out. Wally World right here.
Throwing it
Boom.
down with authority.
Yeah. All right, 101 to 89, 4:08 left. We're sitting pretty to be able to seal up this game. Just got to play good defense because they will shoot, 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 and shoot.
He goes up with it. No. Zerbiak picks it out of the air.
We get a nice rebound there. Let's see if they double team Avery. No, they're not going to this time.
To Sealy.
Give it to Sealy,
Avery.
give it to
To
Wally,
Zerbiak.
give it to
Throws it to
Mitchell,
Mitchell.
pump fake him.
He puts up the J. Great shot.
Into the game for Minnesota, number 20, Tom Hammonds.
Mitchell broke into that odd lean again, but I was able to actually pull it off this time. Lucky for me.
To
And take a
Stojakovic.
look here. Oh, shoot, I jumped too early.
No
Stupid
good.
pump fakes.
Off target. Sealy
Get the
grabs
rebound.
board. To Avery.
Now, this is the really hard part
To Sealy.
when they start to full court press me.
To Garrett.
Oh, that's Garrett. No.
Dishes off to Sealy. Pump fakes. To Garrett. Hammonds fakes the shot. Sealy.
See if
puts up
Sealy
the
can hit a
tray.
2
Can't
or
find
3.
the hole.
Sorry.
Garrett hits it.
That
There
point
we
gives
go.
him a double-double.
Wow, a double-double for Dean Garrett. All right. Come on here.
To Williamson. Puts up the J. No good.
It's funny when you start to play the
To
tight
Avery.
defenses because it really messes up their AI player movement. And it's almost like they just don't know rightfully where to go.
Sealy receives the pass.
Fine, if you're going to sit
Goes
back
up.
there.
No good. Shot blocked by Stojakovic. No
Oh, I
good.
let it go too early on
Barry
that under the basket. That is a tough one to try to time out.
throws it to Williamson. He pump fakes. No good. Hammonds takes the board.
What was that? Are we way the hell ahead on rebounds?
Williamson is called for the
Defensive
defensive
Boom.
foul. Sealy makes the lay-in.
That's his third personal team foul, number 2.
He goes to the line.
One for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Malik Sealy.
Nice and slow.
Seeley gets it. That's a 9-0 run.
2 minutes to go.
I'll tell you what, you play it on Superstar, and even his meter goes pretty dang fast.
Throws it. Anderson with the jumper. He misfired.
This is where they start getting desperate. They just start throwing up three-pointers.
No good.
Anderson is ice cold from outside.
You really have to be on top of your
To
game,
Hammond.
otherwise they try to take you out. Let's see if I can't get something on Stojakovic here.
Up for the layup.
Hammond.
Had the size advantage with Hammond there, so I figured I'd go for it.
Radoslav Nestorovic.
Looks like we're getting Anthony Peeler into the game for the first time, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Peeler. Nestorovic coming back in for Garrett. Round off the end of this game. 1:26 left at Arco Arena. We are up 110-89.
Anderson in
Looks
the post.
like Anderson's going to try for another dang three-pointer that he's going to miss. I don't know what Williamson is going to try to do here. He's probably not going to shoot it.
Lobs it to Williamson.
When they're down by this much, they don't like to shoot the
Anderson on
two.
the right
They
side.
like to just go for the three.
He puts up the shot. Hits the backboard.
Seeley.
Oh, let's get Nestorovic on the fast break.
Divas is called for defensive foul.
The basket is good.
Oh, man.
It's the first foul in the last.
Oh, yes.
Nestorovic to the line, shooting one.
1 for 9. Not a very good day for Nestorovic. I have had some great days with Rasho, but it's really difficult. There, he's going to miss that one.
Misses. Rebound. Williamson.
They're going to call a timeout, try to get some strategy together, I'm sure, to see what they can do against us, but it's going to be kind of fruitless here. I forgot which button gives me the last man back. I thought it was 5, but apparently not. Well, if I could get through here.
Williams fakes the shot. He shoots from long range. Got it.
Don, he has 20.
They're down by 10 points, 35 seconds left. They don't really stand a chance at all. It's good for me.
Throws it to Hammond. Swatted
Oops.
away by Weber.
That wasn't a good play.
Anderson fired. No good. Throws it to Hammond. To Nestorovic.
Well, we got this game in the bag. We don't really have to do much of anything.
Peeler fakes the shot. Puts up the
Why not
jumper.
let Peeler go
Misses
for
the
three?
Nestorovic with the offensive rebound. He lets it fly.
I thought I'd go for a little bit of gold digging there, but it didn't work. So the final score, Timberwolves 112, the Kings 92. We'll take a look at our stats. Our shooting percentage went down in that quarter. We had 26 points, 38% field goal percentage, 0 for 2 on the threes. Our free throws were about the same. 18 rebounds. What we can do here is select the whole game in general. We had a 44% shooting percentage. We need to pick that up. We can do better than that. 112-92, they had a 36% percentage. Our three-pointers we weren't very good at. Although you got to remember, this is a time when three-pointers weren't as big as they are now. I mean, Steph Curry wasn't around draining 40-foot threes at this point in time. Free throws, 57%. I think we can do better there as well. We had a boatload of rebounds at 68, 30 or 23 on the offensive end, 45 on the defensive end. 19 massive blocks, 7 steals, unfortunately 18 turnovers. That doesn't help our game at all. Tonight's player of the game is indeed the one, the only KG. And 28 points, 18 of 26 shooting, 50% right there. 13 of 26, sorry. That's hard to read when it's got a transparent background. He was over 2 on the three-pointers, 2 for 4 on free throws, 15 rebounds, 6 blocks, 1 steal, 2 assists. Doesn't tell me here how many turnovers he had. Or does it? Nope. And from there, we can do an instant replay, look at the player of the game again, or we can just jump on out of here. Then when we come back to our calendar, you can see we can jump to the next game if we want to. I like to right away go down here and make sure I save my franchise just in case anything goofy happens with the game. It's kind of weird you have to type in the name every single time you save over it. But that's how it goes. Now from there, we can go ahead and take a look at our stats. So if we take a look at player stats, it's going to show us everything in this screen. But what I like to do is actually just go to league leaders. So for total points, Karl Malone has 60. Shaq has 55. Sharif Abdul-Rahim has 52. Like I said, going back to an old game, it's like a lot of young players, a lot of young NBA fans, they might know who Karl Malone is. They're going to know who Shaq is because he's on the TV show. They'll know Allen Iverson, maybe. They might know Tim Duncan. They should know Tim Duncan. But a guy like Sharif Abdul-Rahim, they're going to look at that and go, who? And also, Van, what's Van? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the Vancouver Grizzlies. In Madden 99, we had the Browns weren't a team yet. The Oilers were in Tennessee, but they were still the Oilers and not the Titans. Several teams were in different locations, such as the St. Louis Rams were in St. Louis, not LA. And I believe the Texans weren't a thing yet. So many more changes have happened in the NBA as far as teams moving around, changing names, this, that, and the other thing, that it becomes a lot more interesting. So we have the Vancouver Grizzlies. That's one of the changes that'll get pointed out. Down here, Gary Payton for the Seattle Sonics, Supersonics, not the Oklahoma City Thunder. Different things like that you'll see throughout this game. So there's our leaders for total points. If we go to points per game, Malone had 30. I was right there behind him with KG with 28. And Wally down here with 23. The only difference is we only have one game under our belts, so kind of averages out here. Take a look at percentage. Ooh, Joe Smith actually got the top spot for that first game. 3-pointers, of course, the legendary Reggie Miller, who is one of those guys, I think you either love him or you hate him, and I kind of hate him. I'm sure he's a nice enough guy, but man, he was frustrating to play against, especially here in NBA Live. Go to free throws. Wow, in 2 games, Malone attempted 27 free throws. It's a little bit different than what we had to deal with in our game. Offensive rebounds, Olden Polynice had 9. Shaq had 9. And then, of course, you can look at rebounds per game. For offense, anyways. The defensive rebounds per game. And I think it shows rebounds as a total, as a whole. So it looks like Dikembe Mutombo had 26. Danny Fortson had 25. And Barkley down here, yes, Mr. Charles Barkley, had 24. Rebounds per game, though, it looks like we're tracking to be the highest between Deegan Garrett and Kevin Garnett. And Joe Smith is way down here with 10. As for blocks, looks like we're down here in 3rd with Kevin Garnett. Joe Smith is down here, Wally. But you go blocks per game, once again, this is the metric to really look at just because it's too easy to say, oh, well, they have the most rebounds, therefore they're better. because there are already 2 games played for some of these teams where we have only played 1. And we got assists and assists per game. Terrell Brand is down here with 7. Jason Kidd for the Phoenix Suns is up here with 13. And that's it for those statistics. You can look at the team stats if you want to. This shows us our games between the 2 teams. You can look at even all sorts of different past years. I guess that just shows us our last game. I thought our team stats showed us other stuff. Oh, if we go over here to the right, we can take a look at our schedule. We can look at our franchise settings. Once again, which we don't need to do. We can look at team rankings. This is what I was looking at. We are 26th overall for points for, 2nd for points against, 6th for field goals, etc., etc. We are 1st for blocks. I thought we had a lot of rebounds. Well, I guess it's not per game. So we're at 24th. Winning percentage, yay, we're 1st. You can take a look through all the different teams there if you want to. We could take a look at the at a glance. And this was one of the really cool things I thought about this game, is that you had it right here where you could see a lot of different stuff that was going on around the league. So you see Bryant Stith is out with a dislocated finger. Ruben Patterson is out with a sprained foot. Pat Garrity is out with a lower back strain. If anybody was to be signed or picked up, that would happen there. If the week was over, you'd see the weekly awards pop up as well. So season standings, let's take a look at how everybody did. We are, of course, in the Western Division here with San Antonio, Utah, Vancouver, like I said before, Houston, Denver, and Dallas. We are 1-0. Houston's 1-1. These 2 are 0-1. If we take a look at the entire league, our leaders are Atlanta, Boston, San Antonio, and Golden State. You can take a look at our matchup review now. Once again, next up we have Sacramento at Sacramento. Next up we have Sacramento at home. Should be a fun game because it's a back-to-back. That's got to wreak havoc on your time zone travel, on all that stuff, especially for the home team. Because you travel out there, you play a game, and then you travel back. Just got to be tough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that, I'll call it an episode. I know I had a lot of fun going through this little nostalgia trip. I sure hope you at least found something interesting that you can enjoy about some of these old games. Maybe you picked up on something that you didn't know before, such as where different teams used to be located. Now that we have a franchise going, if for some reason I feel like it, I guess I could also throw this game in on a miscellaneous Monday. So if somehow you like that idea, if you wouldn't mind seeing a game like this, give me a thumbs up, comment. If you really hate the idea, just let me know in the comments. For me, it was a lot of fun. At times, I pretty much wanted to just shut up and play the game. But oddly enough, for some reason, people expect you to talk when you're doing these little Let's Plays. So I know I lost my train of thought from time to time again. But once again, hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Happy Throwback Thursday.